treat lice. Oh, so gross, right? But you know what? Don't leave, because you are either dealing with this right now and I want to help you, or you are going to be, and it might not even be with you or your kids, but it might be with your grandkids or your nieces and nephews or something like that. So I want to help you so that you don't have to feel nasty and you don't have to deal with this for a long time. So let's get right down to it, what you're going to need and exactly what we did to get rid of lice in our big family of 7. Now the first thing that you're going to want is a comb like this. I bought this Rid Vantage. It's like the box of the poison stuff. I'm not going to use that, but I bought it for the comb. You can also get one of these in the pet section. It's like a flea comb, so you can see it has 2 sides, really fine. And basically what you're going to do, the first thing actually I would suggest doing before you go through with the comb is getting a bunch of olive oil, like the cheapest olive oil you can. And for each person in your family, I would go over a bathtub and I would cover their head with olive oil, concentrating on the scalp, rubbing it in, and then you're going to want to saturate the hair as well. Okay, from there what I would do is you've got olive oil, let's act like it's all oiled up. Twist it around your head. Now if you think you're going to go out, then I would put it, if you have long hair, in kind of a lower profile bun like that. But if you aren't, it doesn't matter. And then cover it with a shower cap. I got 15 shower caps for 94 cents at Walmart. The next thing you're going to do is, if you have one of these, it's so good. They're from Walmart. It's called Stay on Satin, $2.30. I bought at least one for each person in our family, the girls especially. And you put it on your head, just like that. It has this little back area. And I can't see myself, of course. But it basically is like a little turban. And so you're going to tie it up. Now the great thing about this combo is that now if you have oil all over your hair, you don't want it like dripping, but now it's going to keep it from dripping as much. And then going to sleep, you want to keep this on for 12 hours. You are going to put towels over your pillow, and so the towels over the pillow are just going to absorb any oil that did get in there. And so the great other thing about this is it's going to, the oil treatment itself is going to keep any, nits or lice from going anywhere, but it's also going to protect somebody that doesn't have lice or has found that, doesn't have it. Maybe it's the mom that's checking everybody's head. It can protect them while so nothing can, touch their head. The other great thing about this kind of like combo is I actually went out to breakfast with me and my girls. We still had the oil in the shower caps actually on because I really wanted that treatment to go full 12 hours. I didn't want to play around if there was anything on my head. So we went to breakfast and we were like, okay, we get it. We are the weird family, but it kind of looked like we were trying to pull off some type of fashion statement, or maybe we were in a play. I don't know. I'm just going to let the waitress and hostess use their imagination, and hopefully it didn't go to the actual truth. So let this wait for 12 hours. If you have a baby or a toddler, I would not let them sleep with this or the shower cap because that freaks me out that they could strangle themselves or suffocate. Don't do that. So with those guys, if it's a boy, we have 3 boys, 4 and under, we shave their heads. We're like, I like your do, like your fro, but we're just shaving the heads because it's just 3 people out of 7 not to have to worry about. So we shave their heads, then we moisturize them with some shea butter. That's done. They're done. Of course, those clippers need to be either thrown away or they need to be sanitized with alcohol and then put in a plastic bag and not used for a month. So let's say that this has gone on for 12 hours. We're going to take it off, and then the lucky parent is then going to go through the hair section by section. Now putting the olive oil is going to suffocate any live lice that are in there, but it's also going to make it so the nits are going to slide off of the hair better. Now you know that it's a nit and not lice because the nits look like it's like a tiny, tiny, tiny speck of like rock candy, tiny. And it's called cemented to the hair shaft. It could be here, it could be like right here. But basically you're going to go from back to front or front to back and then side to side. Little sections like this looking through each little strand of hair for that tiny little dot. And then of course looking at the scalp still, because by now if there were any lice, they should be dead. So you're going to get this and you're going to comb from scalp down the hair. Try to remove if there was any lice. You're going to comb them out or pick them out and put them somewhere like on a wipey or in some sink with water to just get rid of them, but they should be dead by now. I know this sounds so gross. So you're gonna go by section, because here's the deal. People they're trying to just put something on their head and then boom, it's gone. No, it's really about removing them. It's like, imagine you had a bunch of like a cat infestation. This is such a weird analogy. A cat infestation in your house. What's the best way to get rid of the cats? Like to try to put a poison bomb? This is getting like a horrible analogy. Or to just pick up each cat and take it outside. Pick it up, take it outside. Yeah, that's annoying, but then the cats are gone. The cats are gone. So you're gonna do that. Now, your hair is probably gonna be a greasy mess, okay? It's going to be for sure. So then you're gonna go and wash your hair. Now I use this Lice Shield shampoo. I got it from Walmart. It has just a bunch of essential oils, so that would be good. They're gonna be no new ones are gonna wanna come from the essential oils. But here's the thing, after I did this, my hair was still really greasy. So then I had to move on to Dawn dish soap. So any type of dish soap. I think the blue is supposed to be the best. This is purple, I know that. And so I washed my hair, like worked up a huge lather, like, and so lots of suds on your hair, which is usually horrible for your hair, but I got suds all over my hair and washed it with the soap, and that made it so that's kind of like what you're seeing now. It looks dry. This is actually softer on my hair because I think I had so much olive oil on it. But after that, I got a hair dryer, so you're gonna want a hair dryer, and you're going to want to just blow dry at the scalp each little section of hair. So you just want your hair completely dry. Now you can, if you want to, after it's dry, have someone go through a comb again. Probably don't need to with that comb, but you want to completely dry. Now, next step, and you can do this directly after you've done this whole thing, or you can be like, okay, I'm good for a while, and you can do this next step at night, the next night, or the next day, or whatever. This is called a Robicomb, and basically it electrocutes lice and nits. I believe what it does, like the only way that makes sense to me, is that it detects moisture, and then it has a little circuit where it electrocutes them. So it doesn't hurt you or kids or anything like that. But how it works is you have to use dry hair, obviously, if it's going to be detecting moisture, and you turn it on, and you hear that. And so what happens is then you're going to go through your hair from the root, and you're gonna just comb down, and then if it detects a lice or a nit, it will stop. Let me show you, I'm gonna turn this off. It will stop like that for a second, and then it will turn back on. So that was me doing it with the button right here. So you're just gonna go through like that, and that's kind of how you can, and you wanna section it off. Just keep sectioning your hair off, like I said, like from side to side and back to back. But you're gonna go through your hair, and I'm gonna turn this off so, I don't have one, but like that. It's gonna stop and then turn back on. And so if you did that, then you're gonna know that it found one and it electrocuted it, but then you can look in the person's hair and be like, oh, I see it, and take it off. So the great thing about this is once you've treated your head with the olive oil and you have meticulously gone through with one of these combs someone's hair once or twice, all right? And then you have really dry hair, then this is your prevention. So for instance, we did all of that above with my family, and then we got this guy, and I had gone through and I'm like, there is none. They are not there, they are gone. But I went through with this guy and we each found one or two. Okay, little of the lice, the olive oil totally got it. So once you kill the lice, if you can get rid of the nits, then they're not coming back, then you're done. So this guy detects, if there was any lice. This wouldn't be good to do first because lice are on your scalp, the nits are more on your hair. So this is, it's harder to get right at your scalp. That's the way you want to treat it. But this way you would go through it and you would be able to know kind of where you are. And this is a great prevention tool. So my kids don't go to school. They just go to a co-op, basically to school once a week, and they have some activities during the week they go to as well. But they go to school way less than most kids, but still they got it. And so this would be a great thing if your kid's in daycare or school, or if you're like me and you do homeschool but maybe church where I think the kids got it. If you just went through and once a week, just while they're watching a show or something, just went through everybody's hair, and then you would just know that you were in the clear and you would be able to prevent, or you'd be able to catch it immediately so it didn't, become this like hidden cycle that you weren't even aware of. So once again, this is called the Robi-comb, and that's about it. If you can remove all of them, as far as the head goes, then you are good to go. I would still suggest for, a while, keeping everybody's hair back and neat, maybe in a braid, like a tight braid. I would still suggest that. If you want everybody to wear the little satin caps or something like that around, but of course, you're going to want to wash them on high heat and dry them on high heat for 30 minutes before you recycle it. And so that's it for this video. But I'm going to be following up with another video about how we decided to treat our home and to break the cycle right away. For now, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get the full series on how to deal with these guys. And believe me, I'm not all about lice. I'm embarrassed that I even had to talk about this. But the name of the game is Losing It with Sam and Ash, because with a big family and a full life as entrepreneurs, homeschoolers, adoptive family, we deal with cray-crayville all the time. We almost lose it. And so the way that we keep from losing it is looking at every experience as a way to pass on compassion and learning to other people. So thanks for joining me with how to treat your family for lice naturally.